All right, so let's get right into Canva. So I'm not sure if it was, I don't know if it was you, Thelma. Someone said that they were still a little confused about Canva
That day.
in the chat. Okay. So
Yeah,
let me
me
just
too.
okay. So let's
But
get a
I
little
used
bit.
it this weekend and I made a menu.
Oh, good. Okay. So
Mhm.
with the thing with Canva is that a lot of it is trial and error.
Okay.
And it's like you can't really mess up. So I mentioned this before. So you see, all of these are projects that I've worked on at some point. Even if I picked it out and decided, I don't really like that one, like this. I think I picked it. I was like, it's okay. I don't really love it. It just like stays here. I think I can delete it, but it just stays in my project. So it's kind you don't really mess up. It doesn't go anywhere. It automatically saves. You can always come back to it. And if you don't like that one, you can switch over and use another one. So when I click into mine, the easiest way is to kind of search a template until you really, I don't even really make mine from a blank canvas every once in a while, but I like the templates because for me, it's like super easy, and you can really pop whatever you want into it. So let's go and put in, as a matter of fact, let's say I wanted to do like I did this one today for an Instagram post so that I can start putting some Valentine Day stuff out there to get some pre-orders. So I got here from going to right here, Instagram post, or you can go to social media. And I like to do this because it's automatically going to give you some templates of these are going to give you some templates that are already cut out to size. They have some that are in like a MP4 that'll be like a little video. They have some that'll just going to be where you could just like a flyer type thing or just a post,
Mhm.
all different kind. So let's see. These are going to be templates on this side. So if I put in, let's see if I put in Valentine. So I'm automatically going to get some things that are Valentine-ish, okay?
Mhm.
So let's say I want to choose now. You notice these ones here that have this little crown at the bottom? These mean that these are the pro. So remember I told you like there's a difference. You have
Oh,
like the
yeah.
free version and then you have the pro version. So the pro version is about $9.99 a month. I did wind up investing in it and I'll explain to you why I think it's worth it and why I think it's worth it. Number one, the one thing that is worth it is once you really start getting into these different templates, you just get more options. So for me, it's easier because again, I don't want to design anything. I really want this to be easy. Like this is not really my thing or where I want to spend a lot of my time at. So I want it to be as easy as possible. So, but let's use one that's not in the pro form. Okay. So if it doesn't have the little pro at the bottom, you can use it.
Okay.
So let's click on that one. All right. So let's say we want to use this one. This one is cute. So if I was going to use this one, I would immediately change the name. I would double click here and I would put Sweet Indulgence. Okay. And you'll learn how to just mess around with it. I'm just going to pull it out. And trust me, when I say this is like not my forte, I've learned this by trial and error. Okay. So what I do know is that I can click on here. I can change the size of it if I want. I can change the color of it. So say this wasn't really, this is like pinkish. My colors are pink and black. Pinkish is already Valentine-ish. Okay. But
Mhm.
say I want to go more with my colors. Now, over here, you have the option to so this here, your brand. You see how this is another option for the pro version of it. You can brand everything by like choosing your colors. So say you have specific colors you use for everything. You have a color palette that you want to use for your business. You can put that color palette in here. So then you could change whatever design you have using just your color palette. You can also put in your logo if you have it, so that everything starts to be the same. So one thing that I would suggest you start doing again, if your name or you have a logo, um, pick your logo, pick your colors, and then try to make everything adjacent so that everything starts to look the same. So if I want to go here, so I'm going to come out of I'm in colors. Let me go back to where I was at, which was design. This is telling me what my color is. So let's say this. I could say I like it, but this I feel like is a little cheesy. Maybe I don't want that little thing down there. I could take it out. I could, all of these are separate items. I could take this, I could move it around. I could go here to these little lines here and I could duplicate it. Say I wanted more of those instead of just two. Maybe I want to pop one over there. I can even spin it a little bit, make it smaller if I want, position it exactly where I want. Another thing I love about this is you see how these little lines are coming up? These lines are going to help me to center everything and put it exactly where I want it without having to guess. It takes the guesswork out of it. So this is telling me if I do this, this is giving me that I'm right in the midpoint of this particular document. So I don't have to worry about if it's lined up properly. So I know I can leave it there. Same thing with this. If I wanted to change it or move it around, you'll see that the lines will start to pop up and it'll tell me when I'm in the middle because I have these two lines that are coming up and down here to tell me that I'm in the middle. So let's see if I can, let's say this. Okay, this is a good one. So I like this. Maybe I want to put 20% off pre-order. So I'm just going to double click on that, click in whatever I wanted to say, 20% off pre-order. Now that's starting to get kind of big, so I might want to go up here because I want it to still fit in the box to make it easy. So I'm just going to make it smaller and I may center it. If I don't like the font, you can go up here and you can change the font. I think it's one of these. This is bold. This is my text color. This is my font over here. So it's the same as well. You see how you have the little crown. So those are the ones that are going to be the pro edition that you can't use. But all of these here, I could change if I wanted to change the font, look for different font. And it's so many of them. So many of them you can choose from. So you can play around, find a font that you want. You can even go up here and like type if I want cursive writing. You know, maybe I'm looking for cursive. Maybe I'll type that in. I spelled that all wrong. To see what I want. And maybe I want to do that. I don't know. I'm going to make it a little smaller so it'll fit. And I'm going to pop that in there like that. Okay. So I just showed you how you can change the size. You can change even the color of this. So like I said, my colors are pink and black. So maybe I want to change the background of this tab. So you see when I click on it, whatever you click on and it highlights, this is what you're going to be controlling at that moment. So now it's going to be controlling the little tab in the back. You go right here where the color is and you can just change the color. So say I want to make that black, right? To make it look more like a sweet indulgence thing. And then I might want to do the same thing with the shop now button. Maybe I want that to be black too. So it'll just kind of match the black at the top. So this is kind of how you start to make it your own. Now, it already has certain things in here. I could completely take these words out and put whatever I want, or that's a good place to already have a website. It's a template, so they kind of make it up how they think people would want it, but you can move these things around if you want. So up here, like Sweet Indulgence, because that's the name of my company, I would definitely probably make it larger and maybe change the font on this to something a little more fancy. I'd probably make it a lot larger, stretch it out. We can even twist it to the side if we want. Okay. Another thing I can do if I don't want that there, and I'll show you how to upload. So you can upload your own photos of your own products. You can upload your own pictures and put them into your items. So over here, uploads is where you're going to get your uploads. So these are all of the things that I've already uploaded of my own photos, videos. You can even, I haven't gotten into doing audios yet, but videos. So if you want to upload something of your own, you click upload file. And then depending on if you're in your computer or on your phone, I'm on my computer. So I could go down to my photos if I wanted. And these are just going to be all the photos that I would have in my phone. I can just click on one and just upload it right to here. So these are photos that I already have. Okay. So I'm going to go down and look for, I have a photo of my logo here. So I'm going to pop my logo in here. So I made this photo with a clear background so I can just pop it in. But let me show you the difference. So I could make it smaller, put it wherever I want so that again, I have my logo everywhere so everybody sees that SI, and now this looks like a sweet indulgence flyer, right? So say you don't know how to do your logo with a transparent background. This is where having the pro comes in. So this was the logo I made, and you see like this was just the one that I actually made on here, and it has this white background. So that looks like kind of funny. Even if I make it smaller, it's like it looks kind of like out of place, right? So the newest thing on here that I really love, this background remover. So if I do that, it'll remove the background for me, and then it'll just sit flat into the image. You see how that happened? I could do the same thing with my cookies. So say I wanted to do these chocolate chip cookies. Say I'm gonna have some chocolate chip cookies here. All right, now that looks crazy. We're gonna make it a little smaller, shrink it down. Say I want to put one of my products in here. Pretend it's cupcakes, but I'm gonna just use the cookies. Let's see if it removes the background or how well it does. Some of them it does good, sometimes it doesn't. You got to play around with it, but it did it pretty good. And you see that it took away all of the background and it just left the cookies and it left the. So this is an item that you can use with having a pro version that I really like. So now I can pop whatever photo I want to pop into here and make it look flush and make it really look a part of the flyer without having to redo the whole flyer. And these are all my own photos that I put up here. These are cakes that I've done, all kind of stuff. So all that. They also have, remember I said the other day about doing stock photos, right? Maybe you don't want to make cupcakes just to post for Valentine's Day. So sometimes I will find what they call stock photos, and a lot of people use these, right? You know, my husband pointed out, if you look at the picture on McDonald's, that is not the Big Mac you're going to get when you order your Big Mac, right? So if you wanted to use a stock photo, something like this, now if I look at this picture, this is something that I feel like I can duplicate. It's simple. I'm not going to pick something ridiculously crazy, maybe like this chocolate cake. Maybe I can't get that ganache dripping all over. I don't know, right? But I want to pick something that I can duplicate. So I can take this photo, make it smaller, and I can pop that right in here as well, right? So I might take out maybe the lollipop because this is about cakes and cupcakes, and I may want to pop that in there, all right? Maybe I want to duplicate it and put one up here too. All right. So all of these photos, and you can put up here what you want. So maybe I want to do different kind of hearts. I can pop hearts into the background of this if I want it. So again, it's all about trial and error. If you put it in there and you don't like it, delete it. This is a nice, so see, some of these are pros. Some of these you can use, some of these you can't. But I could put it right. Maybe I want to put that ribbon down there. Take away this lollipop because I'm not really feeling that. All right. And then here, another option, another thing you can do is you can position it. You can move it to the back. So say you want that to go and you can move to back so that it'll actually go like behind your wording. So I would change that maybe to black so it would stand out a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? Like if this was my website. You could move it obviously up to here if you want it. You could keep it down there. I could spin it. You know, I could make it kind of go over along with the curve of it. You know what I mean? You can really do whatever you want. So the point that I'm making is that you use these templates and make it your own. Find a template that you like. I would suggest that you have to do as least amount to. They have thousands of them. And then take out what you don't like. Add more of what you do like. Put your name on it. Pop your information in here, your website, or you know your whatever your link is to wherever your orders are going to be, your telephone number. If you have to put up here, if you're saying text this number for pre-orders, just put in here and put text. for orders and put in your phone number. They even have a thing right here, Magic Rate, right? This is another thing of AI where you can rewrite it. So instead of text for orders, they're going to give you something a little fancier. Text for ordering process. I'm going to click add below so that it'll add it. It added it a little crazy where I have to take the other one out. But maybe we want to say text for ordering process instead. So you have that AI in here as well, where you can type something in. Say you're typing in, I think it's good for, say I want to type in, let's see. Let's say chocolate covered strawberries, 12 each, $40, right? But I can't really think of how I want to write it. So let's have them rewrite it for us. Chocolate covered strawberries, 12 pieces priced at $40. That sounds a little better. Click replace and it automatically replaces it. So even down to not really knowing the wording, you can kind of type whatever's in your mind and then have them rewrite it for you. Now, how do I post this? So once I'm done, let's say this is my flyer. I'm happy with it. I'm going to go to share. I'm going to go to download. Now, the easiest way to do it is download, and then you're going to save it. So if I'm just doing it if I want to post this to my social media, I'm going to save it as a PNG. So it'll just save as like a photo, either to my computer or to my phone, but it's already the perfect size for Instagram because we used an Instagram template to make it easy. So once I go to my Instagram and I'm ready to post, it'll be right into my regular photos and you would post it just like you would your regular photos. Okay. Now, if you were going to print it, I know someone in here said they wanted to print things, I would click PDF for printing and then I would download it as that. You can do both. You can download one as a PNG file so you'll have one in your phone. Then you can go back up because it's not going to go anywhere, and then you can download it as a PDF print so you can print them as well. You can send them to Staples so that you can get them printed there. You can print them out on your phone, whatever it is you need to do. So as far as any questions before I move past that?
No, that was great information.
Did that help anybody who was maybe still trying to figure out Canva?
Yes.
All right. Any other questions before I move on to the next thingy? So the thing that I like about having the pro version is, number one, you get those options of just more photos. So all of these over here, like I said, I haven't played around with audio. I know that there's audio in here and you can do like videos, you can edit your videos. They have those small little MP, even in your templates. Like if you're uploading, if you want to do like a reel, they even have like reel templates where you can put your video in here. So I guess you can play around with music. It's something I haven't really done that yet. But the thing that I do love about it is the uploads, because you can upload your own pictures. You can upload your own, your labels, how we talked about making labels. This is like a label. Well, we don't want to put that there. So we talked about making labels. I think it was Jackie who was making labels for, talking about labels for the farmers market. We were talking about that thermal label printer. So if I go back to and you see it just automatic, I didn't even need to do anything to save it. It just automatically does it. Even here. So look, I'm changing out, on Instagram, how they have the profile buttons underneath your profile for your storylines where you can put your menu. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that. I'm using these, and I created a button on my what's the name for the group to join Sprinkles to Success. So all I did was use these, and I just went in and I typed in what I wanted it to say. and I'm going to finish working on this. I'm just going to change that to friends and family. So I'll have one for like my menu, one for my hours and things like that. I save it and then I'm able to upload it right into Instagram. Almost anything that you can think of. This was a flyer that here's a good one, Jackie. So these are actually labels that I just made for our bags at the bakery. So what I did was I used like a 4x6 mailing label almost. And because I put them on like the big bags, so that I can like put two on one, and I cut this in half so that I can have two labels on one.
Yeah.
And all I did was does everybody know how to get their QR codes for like your Instagram or your Cash App or your PayPal and things like that?
No, I don't even have social media. I'm getting there.
Okay. Yes, we were talking about that with social media. Anybody else? Does anybody need to know how to get their QR codes, or are we already up to date on how to get QR codes?
No, I don't.
All right. So, on my bags, I put QR codes on everything. This is going to go right to this is a QR code to my website. So it'll go right to my website. Again, I said I always put my Instagram on everything because Instagram for me, you have to learn what the different platforms do for you. Instagram for me is where my local following is, where I get most of like my customer base from. So they'll buy things, and if they see this on here, they're more likely to tag me in the photo, which is great because then those good testimonials that you can put out on social media that helps with sales. So this is one of my labels that I've made. Um, Another thing that I absolutely love about what I first decided when I first decided to get the pro version. So they have these different apps. What I use it for is I mean, you can use this for so many, like you could just see all of the different, it's
Mhm.
Canva is really a thing where you just gotta play with it. The more you play with it, the more you will see. I am looking for content planner. Okay. This is what I use. So this right here, this is what I initially got it for. So on my content planner, we talk about posting on social media and how are we going to do it every day. You can plan your social media posting. So these were old ones that I did. I need to get on here and do it again. So I can, and I don't know if I'm be able to do this because I'm on my husband's account, but we're down here. So let's see if I wanted to add something for here. So matter of fact, this here, I want to start posting this. All right. So this is my post that I did earlier. I'm going to go in here and select the channel. So I've already signed in. If you go to select channel, it'll just tell you that you need to sign into your social media. Right now, I don't think you can do it for TikTok, but I know you can do it I have my Instagram and my Facebook here. So I would click, I wanted to go to my Facebook account, and then I'm going to write what I wanted to say. Now, we're going to switch gears a little bit because I'm going to show you a little bit about ChatGPT. Now, did anybody get a chance to download ChatGPT at all?
Mhm.
All right. Have you played around with that at all?
Yes.
All right. So
Yes,
I
I did.
didn't
go ahead.
I didn't download it, but I did use the web version. It was
All right. Well,
creepy,
yeah, whether
but it
you use the
worked.
web version or download it to your phone. So let me bring this over. Can you see my ChatGPT now?
Yes.
Okay. So when I say I use this we talked about this before. I use this every single day. Let me show you what it does. So now you see here, I have my Valentine's thing and I want to write my caption. So this will be my caption on Instagram when you make a regular post and then you have the caption down the bottom. So now the key with ChatGPT is like the more you tell them about what it is that you do, the better information they can give you, right? So it's kind of like you're literally talking to them and telling them about your business, who you are, what you do. So if I put something in here, like I'll give you an example. So I put make post about our classic pudding. So look what it gives me. Our classic banana pudding is a dessert that started it all and continues to steal hearts, right? So they know, because I have told them so much information about my banana pudding, is that the banana pudding is like where it started for me. Like, that's our best seller. That's what kind of took me over the top when I was at the mall, and that continues to be our best seller. Whether you're grabbing one for yourself or sharing, this timeless treat is a must-have, available for pickup or delivery. They know that I'm on Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub because I've told them this, and they remember it. All of this stuff over here is the stuff that I'm constantly typing in and looking for, okay? Pro tips, pair it with a cup or our house-made cold brew, because they know we make
Wow.
cold brew. So when I first started with ChatGPT, what I did was I started typing and I said, my name is Monique. The name of my company is Sweet Indulgence. We have a kiosk at Cherry Hill Mall. This is when I first started with them. And our bestseller is our classic banana pudding that has da 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 da. I only had to type that in one time. And then every time I go in and I say, I want to give me a brief description of our banana pudding, it's going to type out everything that it already knows. So the more information that you give it, the better it's going to work for you. So Jackie, if you say, make me if you say, I'm doing a pop-up shop the day after, I'm doing a farmer's market the day after Valentine's Day. It's located here. I'm going to be selling blah, 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 blah. It's going to say, oh, well, what do you want us to say, Jackie? Or what do you want us to? So if I say here, let's see. Now, because I'm thinking of writing an ebook. Look what it tells me. That's an amazing idea. What's your vision for the ebook? Are you thinking recipes, tips for baking, decorating, or maybe even your journey as a business owner? If you need help outlining it or brainstorming, I've got you. Let's make it a bestseller. So if I say, I need some ideas, they're going to give me a crap load of ideas. Look at this.
Wow.
Right? And this is, what are they going to focus on? Banana pudding, because that's what I talk about all the time. Baking 101, because that's what I do a lot of things on, a lot of classes on. They gave me all of these ideas, business and baking combo. So the more you tell them about yourself, the more, but look at all of this information that they just spewed out for me without me having to do anything. And this also has a pro version, but this is the absolute free version. I don't pay anything for this. So I'm going to put in here. And what I do is I be specific with things. So I'll say I need a post for, I'll say IG, because what I've noticed is it'll word it differently depending on what platform I'm using. They'll give me different wordings and different things for IG versus Facebook versus TikTok. So I need a post for IG to promote Valentine orders and get pre-sales for 20% off website orders now through 2/10.
Wow.
Y'all see that?
Yeah, that is great.
And not even 30 seconds. Valentine's pre-day sale. And then you can tweak it, of course. And if it doesn't quite sound like you can even say, let me show you. I could even say something like, so they'll even have you do a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So if you do a bad response, they'll tweak it a little bit and do something else. So I can say, let's see, make it playful.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh, I
love
love it.
is sweet. So then they're going to give me a different version of it, because maybe that's not, maybe that's not your personality. So maybe you want to make it funny, make it sweet, make it light, right? But 20% off is even sweeter. Calling all lovebirds, situationships, dessert,
Love it.
obsessed besties. That's me. All like, or I would have never thought to say this. Pre-sale
Yeah.
is officially live. We're serving up 20% off now. Need a show-stopping cake for Bay. Look how they didn't put
Yeah.
Chocolate covered treats for your sneaky link.
I love it.
What, ChatGPT? Whatever your vibe,
I
we've
gotta
got the
fight that.
sweets to make your heart melt. Order now, and then I will put my website in there. Pick up and delivery. Tag your Valentine or drop hints in the comment. They even give you hashtags. So what I would do, I would take and I would copy this, copy, and go back to here. Move this over. Can you guys, you see the Valentine thing again?
Yes.
All right, and then I'm just gonna paste. Now, once I paste over here, I can go ahead and make my different, I can put my link in here, website, order now at sweetindulgencecakes.com. Oh, I didn't have to make it all caps. I didn't know my caps were on. Okay. Pick up and delivery, tag your Valentine or drop, and I'm just going to go ahead and leave those. I might add a couple more because I always add like sweet indulgence, hashtag. I like to add Philly Bakery. And this is good too. If you guys are using like, these are hashtags that I have found really work on Instagram. And I find they work because I ask people a lot. When people like contact me for an order or they call or they go to the website or when I see them in person, I'll just say, I'm just curious, like, how'd you find me? And I'll say, oh, I found you on IG. And I'm like, oh, were you following me? They're like, oh, well, no, I put in Philly cakes. One person said, I put in Philly cakes and I found you. Or I put in banana pudding and I found you. Or, so I know that some of these, and I've heard this before, especially in your area, be area specific with whatever it is. So you're in Florida, put, whatever, Southwest Florida cakes, Florida treats, be very specific with your hashtags. So I'll put in Philly Bakery. I'll put in Philly cakes. Valentine Day treats, that's already up, so we know that. All right, and I'm gonna change my date up here. So today is Tuesday, so if I wanted to, I'll start running it tomorrow. So I'll say Wednesday, and I'm gonna change this to AM. So I'll normally do like 1 in the AM. Sometimes I'll do 3 a day, and I'll show you how. So that's scheduled. Okay, so see, I don't know. Okay, here it is. That wasn't the one that was scheduled. So here it is. This is the one. You see where it says scheduled at? So because it's already scheduled, this little icon up here just lets me copy it. Because if you try to redo the one that's already scheduled, it's going to it's like you're editing it and it will pause it. So you copy it and you see what happened, everything automatically copies. So the only thing I'm doing is changing the date and time. So if I want to go in and do tomorrow and do one in the evening, click my channel, or I can go back and copy it and do Facebook as well. Save and schedule. So now when I go back to my calendar, you'll see where it'll be in there twice. So this is what, if you guys can remember, we were talking about being on social media and posting consistently and people having to see something over and over and over again sometimes before it clicks that, hey, let me order this from Thelma, or, oh, that's right, Jackie's having her farmer's market, or that's right, Emma Salal has her strawberries up. Sometimes they need to see it more than once. So a good way of doing that is posting the same thing. I started noticing when I would go to Instagram, some people that I would follow, I'm like, I feel like they're just reusing the same posts over and over and over again. But it drew me in to make me want to, if I'm start seeing the same thing over and over and over again, it made me want to click on, it made me want to see more. And what I realized is that it's like running a commercial. It's like a commercial, right? If we start seeing the same commercial over and over again, we'll start singing the tune, we'll think about, oh, maybe I did want to run by Best Buy real quick. I keep seeing it on the commercial that they have in 50% off, or whatever the case may be. So I look at these, especially when we're doing these flyers and these posts, it's almost like a commercial. All right. So I'm sorry that everything is lagging. I don't know why it's taking so long, but see how I have 2 here now?
Yeah.
So you could literally do this. And as you see, I haven't done it for this month yet, but I literally sometimes will sit down when I have time and I'll just keep copying and pasting and doing it. I'll do it for, if I'm running this special now for the 10th, I'm going to run this every single day, at least twice a day, all the way into the 10th. And I'm
And
just
this is
gonna, the
all
only
on
thing I'm do
Canva.
is copying, pasting. I'm using the exact same caption, the exact same everything. The only thing that I'm gonna do is change the day and the time. That's it.
And this is all on Canva.
This is all in Canva. And I'm going to copy and save. This is all in Canva. So see, I just have it another day. So but this is what I was saying about the pro version. So this is what made me get the pro version initially, all because of this. Because I said if I could sit down and make these flyers and make these promotions and I can schedule out my posts for the whole week or for the whole month if I had time,
Mm-hmm.
to me that was worth the $9.99 a month. And I don't have to think about it. So I don't have to go on Instagram and see if it posted. I don't have to do anything once I go to this content creator. And you can do it for Facebook and you can do it for Instagram and you can do it for as many different things as you want. I could have this one going, and then I'm also going to do one for Super Bowl. I can have that one going. So I can have them running concurrent. I can have them running back to back and put as many of them as I want. And this is all through Canva. Now, the only thing I went to ChatGPT for was to do my caption, right? But the reality is, remember, I showed you that Canva also has an AI built right into it. So I could have typed it right in there and then used that rewrite option. I just like ChatGPT because of the memory that it has. So once I tell it something about whatever it is I'm doing, I feel like it's more tailored to me. So I haven't played around much with Canva to know if it does that, but I know for sure ChatGPT does. I use it for even emails, right? If you are responding to a customer, I do it a lot when responding to customers. When I first started using it, I would use it a lot for like, say a customer has a complaint. Maybe I didn't do something that they liked. And the first thing you want to say is something maybe that's not so nice because maybe your feelings are a little hurt, or maybe it's somebody that you know is just being unreasonable. You know what I mean? But you need to answer them in the most professional way possible. So ChatGPT can help with that. You can literally copy the whole email or the whole text message that they sent you, pop it in here and say, give me a response that's light but professional, maybe offering them a discount on their next order. And they're going to spew something out for you. So again, ChatGPT is something that I use every single day. But the more you tell ChatGPT about what it is that you do and your business, what you make, what you sell, the easier it is and the better the information is going to be that they give you back. The content calendar is what this is called. And then if you go back again to projects, everything that we did is automatically saved. It doesn't go anywhere. So I made this so I've been making, you ever see when you go on YouTube, they have these fancy thumbnails, right? And you would think like, oh my God, that's so corny, right? And I'm like, oh, well, I'm just going to be corny because these are the things that make people want to click on. So
Mhm.
all this was just a photo of me, but I was able to take it from my uploads. It was this photo right here, y'all. But once I put it over here and I used the background remover, it took all of that away, right?
Mhm.
It didn't do all of that. Oh, there we go. So see, now it just the table is there. So all I did was just crop that table out and move me wherever I wanted to put me. And look at that. I'm just in the picture like, hey,
Yes.
like you see what I'm saying? It's so many things that you can do with this. I absolutely love it. And if I don't like it, I'm just gonna go back. Just let me go back to what it was. And there we have it. So this is what I've been playing with now. Like this one right here, I told my husband today, I said, I wasn't even holding this. This is how much Canva can do
Oh,
because I had forgot to take a picture of me holding it. but I had a picture of me holding another cake. So I was able to erase the cake, take the picture of the box that I made and put it on top of my hand. If you really look carefully, is a cake board under there because it used to be a cake in my hand. So what I'm saying is like, look, I literally look, that was a
Okay.
cake,
Oh,
but I was able to erase the cake. Then I took my box and I was like, just trying to put it on there best way I could.
perfect.
And bam, it looks like I'm holding the tree, so I absolutely love Canva. I hope you guys play around with it more. Be corny, be decent, be great, and use these things because when I look at other folks, their pages and how they promote, and when I see these, you think that they are these professional photos and edits, and I'm like, how did they do that? I don't have the money for that. I don't have the time for that. And when I found Canva and I really just started playing around with it, I'm like, this is what they doing? This is the secret. This is it. So take a little bit of time, play around with Canva, share with me what you guys do. If you want me to, help you with it or like tweak it or look at it with you, I'm definitely down to help you guys with it. And with that being said,
Cool.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Okay, guys, good
All
night.
right, thank
Good
you. Good night,
night.
everybody.
Thank
Assalamu
you.
alaikum.
Night.
Next
Walaikum
time,
salam.
good
And I'll
night.
repost tomorrow the recording.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.